everybody. I am Dodi. I wanted to talk to you. Let's see. I wanted to having a great Thursday. I'm hoping you're having a great Thursday. And now that you're over the hump, that you are back and feeling great. And you're almost ready to the weekend, meaning Friday, your weekend be great after you do whatever you do during the morning or evening hours. That I wanted to see what's going on in your universe, in your world. So I decided to learn a mode and ask you, how many times do you meditate? How do you meditate? What does meditation do for you? How does meditation help you? I have a friend that does meditation every Friday in California, and it helps. And also, by saying certain mantras, actually help you get right and feel right, if you will. So I think that's pretty cool when you can actually get all the help and all the services of being in that particular element of mind. What do you think? Do you think being in a particular state of mind helps you? I know that it helps me be in a particular state of mind. It helps me be in a particular state, and it helps me get where I want to go. So I'm going to play this one more time. So, but I want it to be kind of like down, 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 down. So I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to take it down a notch. I do know how to do this. All right. So it's not in the background. So just in case, you know, as you can see, the light is playing. Sometimes it's light, and sometimes it's dark. I believe sound is healing and also can be part of your meditation. It brings enlightenment. It brings a whole bunch of abundance when you're able to let go. When you meditate and go deep in your mind, you're able to let things go that you normally wouldn't. When you basically unfocus on the things that no longer serve you, you let them go. They help you. So I want you to think about what helps unblock you in this life. What helps you stay focused? What do you do? Or do you even know how to relax? I learned that some people don't even know how to relax. Some people are just A-type personalities, so they're staying like straight up all the time and in that mood that they don't know what to do. And they think, well, if I do this, then this will happen. Or they're so focused on the outcome, they forget the process they get to the outcome. You know, sometimes we think about, as we're going through it, what we did to get there, to get to the outcome we want, and how we went up and replicated. So, in other words, we don't take our time. We don't smell the roses. We don't really go in like we can go in. Meaning, when is the last time you put your feet on the ground and grass? Basically, getting in contact with nature. When I was a kid, I always walked around without my shoes. I always walked around like in the grass and feeling the flowers and communicating is what I found doing, touching the elements, touching the trees, becoming part of. I was blessed to live near the Schuylkill River as a kid in little town. I was also blessed to live by a, if you will, railroad tracks in the front and the back of the street. And it was wonderful because the energy that comes from the train and the things that we did on the train tracks and the gifts of nature that are in the railroads that are beauty and the things that are just wonderful that you can use as in your practice. Also, I was gifted to live not too far from a cemetery. So I lived near a cemetery. There were electric wires, these old electric wires like telephone poles, and there were also um, like just a bunch of things. And then going across, there was another lake. The Schuylkill was really wonderful to live near by the Schuylkill highway. So I want you to think about like what environment did you grow up into, and to hear and the smells. Like I was fortunate that I didn't have to smell a lot of smells, even though I live near something called Connolly Containers. Connolly Containers basically was a factory where they made containers. And then further down, there was Mrs. Paul's. Mrs. Paul's was in the area as well. She was a fish company. They made fish fritters and stuff like that. And very good. My favorite brand when I was a kid was Gordon Fisherman's. Reminds me of Arthur Chichu. Arthur Chichu's British fish and chips. And I was very fond of eating fish and chips with malt vinegar. And then they came out with something like Chick-fil-A. And then I switched my being a food for Chick-fil-A because they had malted vinegar. That is a Britain thing of eating malted vinegar on French fries. I didn't know that. But those are the things that I remember as a kid in my surroundings. So being that I'm near the river, there was also fishes. Being in my backyard, we had trees, like an apple tree. So, and then my great grandmother at the time would actually make plants, fruits, and mostly vegetables like peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers. What else? She would make dry the peppers out. It was really amazing to see everything from start to finish. She made peaches preserved, and so did my godmother. So basically, that was the norm for me. Snapping peas. I know you young people don't probably know what snapping peas are about. Taking the peas and snapping them, and even the pulling the string back, snapping it, and pulling that back and cleaning it. And then you put them in the freezer, or you preserve them and did the canning. Making tomato preserve half a letter to make during the season that was off, make marinara sauce or tomato soup or whatever. You had tomatoes, you had the peaches, and also making apple filling for later on. They didn't go to the store to buy canned apples with all those things. And also during this time, my mother, believe it or not, actually made apple butter. She was a working mother. I had a mother that worked and went to work every day. So we made apple. It was a certain time of the year that we knew was coming around. Fall season was known as making candy apples, caramel covered apples, um, blueberry season time, taking the blueberries, freezing them up, and preserving them, and making blueberry pie. Those are the time. Also, we knew that during Thanksgiving, uh, my great grandmother would make this sweet potato cobbler, and it would be the bomb, and all the ingredients and making it from scratch. So everything she made from scratch, which I really love. She didn't get into with a lot of other people was prepackaged. Like her daughter, prepackaged stuff. Like she worked for Mrs. Claus, and she didn't. I guess didn't have time, but that's what she did. She basically did that. The can. That's when I was introduced to something called ravioli-olios or spaghettios, and cut up with hot dogs. Certain stuff just for me, I didn't like, and I didn't like canned food. It was very, to me, grotesque. So I like everything fresh, and I think that's why I am the way I am today. The more stuff that I was introduced fresh, the better. Um, my everybody I knew made cakes from scratch. I didn't know anything about a box cake mix until I was older. So for me, cooking is meditating and also serving and putting my joy and my love. So when I'm cooking or making something, I do it with full flourish and full heart of just like, this is what I want to do. And it makes me feel good. So that's what I do when I'm in there cooking and being sassy. Another thing that I really love and reminiscing, as you know, about I'm reminiscing about my family and being in the state that I got to hear the sounds. I felt like I could smell and hear when winter was on. Now the weather is so flip flop, you can't. So it's easier to know when your body's going to go into hibernation and that state of slowing down and taking cover and what you're preparing for the spring and how to come out of. So then you make plans. So everybody's more together, everybody's more focused. But unfortunately, during this time, because of COVID, we're really not that much. The energy be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone. So, and also surrounding your family is the time to come in harmony. Brings a peace of mind knowing that your children are safe and the things around you. You know what I mean? Like it's a wonderful feeling. So, for me, when I'm creating and creating jewelry, that that's something I just recently and don't know why, but these are things just I don't know. Okay, there it is. I didn't realize it was there. So creating different things for different healing, if you will. So you can see the different designs and the healing that it does. So this is my time. This is why I said while you're going through this time of being still, of feeling as you're doing crocheting something. These are skills that I love to sew when I have time. I love being there canning. I love to make my tinctures. I'm actually meditating. I'm actually removing and all the negativity, and I'm sending in a lot of positive energy and pushing it out. So I can do that. So that's why I encourage you people every day, meditate, even if you just shut your eyes for 5 minutes and just remove the world from you. Like just close your eyes and just take a deep breath in and then let out. In and out. When you do that, your body thanks you. Your body appreciates all of that that's going on. It brings you balance and a lot more understanding than you think. Wow, this is so amazing because you're also, as you're breathing in, you're breathing in, you're, if you have something like an ache or pain, you are removing it. If you're a Reiki master, use Reiki on yourself. Us people, workers, we forget to heal ourselves. And that is the problem. We do so much stuff, but we need to heal ourselves. We forget that we should be healing, protecting ourselves every